amount, they brought them up.
Mm.
And a lot of people like me who've been there for some years, we kind of had a concern about that because we feel like if you're going to give a cost of living, it shouldn't matter where a person's at on the pay scale. Cost of living, if you're going to give a cost of living, give a cost of living across the board. Because if you giving a cost of living based on because the cost of living is going up, then don't limit it to the fact that you already at a certain amount. That shouldn't matter. If you're gonna give me a cost of living, give me a cost of living. I mean, you're gonna give a cost, not give me a cost of living. You're gonna give it everybody a cost of living. Give it across the board. Don't try to distinguish. Well, we gonna give it these people because they qualify because they only making this amount, but the one that's here, you're not gonna qualify for that. That kind of causes some concerns.
Fairness is important to you.
Yes.
Whether it's tuition reimbursement, cost of living, being promoted, fairness is important to you.
Fairness, I tell people all the time, I'm not a racist, I'm not a sexist, but I am a fairness.
Okay.
I am a fairness.
Okay.
Yes.
Fairness is a priority for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Fairness.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't believe in favoritism. I have a problem with colonialism, favoritism. I have a problem with all that. Fairness across the board.
Not every fan of favoritism or nepotism. Not at all.
No. I grew up around that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, regarding your priority, because you've already just shared something that's very important to you, and when you take this assessment, again, as we go over the results, you may be able to hopefully extract other characteristics that are just important to you about yourself. Fairness is just one you mentioned, so these can allow us to learn more about ourselves in terms of, again, interests and abilities, and priorities are things that are important to us. These assessments that you're going to be taking will hopefully provide even more information, just as much as they provide information already. All right. So this is the My ONET. I'm going to come on your side if that's okay. So let's take a look at it. And again, just as I mentioned, and it may sound as though I'm saying the same thing, but again, just to emphasize, again, your interests, your likes, dislikes, and things of that nature. You can take your time, take as much time as you need. You want it. There's no wrong or right answer. Okay, and you're going to choose the ones that you feel best suit you and where you are at this point in your life. Okay. Just to tell us more about our personalities. Or in this case, tell you more about your personality.
Okay, if you have enough education, I'm trying to do. Okay. Try not to think about if you have enough education trying to do the work or how much money you would be making doing work. Just think about if you would like work. That's easy for me because that's how I definitely look at it.
Okay.
I don't look at things based on the money. I look at it based on if I'm gonna enjoy it. Because
Okay.
I feel that to me, passion and joy and happiness is a big thing to me.
Okay.
Because I think you ought to enjoy doing what you're doing.
Gotcha.
Because I know people that make big money, but they're not happy about doing what they're doing. it's a great job. You answer. Until you answer all questions, you can review and change your answer anytime by selecting back button at the bottom of the screen or by returning to the first from the result. Format the result.
Okay. So basically, here we have each letter is, or each graph rather, is represented by a letter. And as you can see, each letter reads a word. Here we have realistic, any interest, and we can look at basically what you can do, and I'll allow you, we can do it together. But as you can see, each letter again represents a word. And if you choose to, after we study this graph for a little while and talk about this, if you're okay with that, we can look at each letter or each word of that represents that letter and see what each one of these words represents as it applies to you.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, realistic, you 0, investigative 0, artistic 7, social 26, a high number, enterprising 14, commissioner 13. The higher the number, the greater the interest.
Mm-hmm.
The lower the number, the lower the interest. So again, social, and we'll look to see what social means. In fact, maybe it'll help us remember, even though we can always go back, but I'll write down the numbers just in case. So social number 26, enterprise 14, conventional 13. Your interest for fun time. Yeah. Again, interest, things that you like to do, maybe find careers you might like to explore. The more a career meets your interest, the more likely it will be satisfying and rewarding to you. So again, the higher that these interests, or the higher that the number in these in each one of these words, the higher, the more interest you may have within that category. And again, we'll look at what each one means shortly. If you like, you can click on any interest below to learn more about each one. And we can see how those numbers or that data and those words might correlate. So again, you have a social skill, a high social number of 26, and as you can see, social, people with social interests, are those that enjoy working with others to help them learn and grow. Mm-hmm. They like working with people more than working with objects, machines, and information. So it sounds like you may be a person, or something that's important to you is interacting and engaging with people, being able to work in an environment in which you may be able to engage and be social. Something that's of importance to you. Some examples of the occupations that they give you with respect to social jobs or occupations: teaching. You teach. Mm-hmm. Right, as it relates to your ministry, and when you're on your job in retail at Target, giving advice, sharing, encouraging those that you work with at church and at Target, and helping and being of service to people. Mm-hmm. Again, something you like doing, again, encouraging and ministering. If you like, we can see with another or your next highest number, if you like, represents, it means. Again, social being your highest, 26. Enterprising. Mm-hmm. If you like, you can read that one on your own if you like.
Other people interested with enterprise, interested in working that has to do with starting up, carrying out business projects. These people like to take action rather than thinking about things. That's true. They like to persuade and lead people making decisions and taking risks for profit.
Do you feel like any of those that are mentioned in terms of the characteristics apply to you? Okay. Person, persuading and leading people. Again, something that you sound like, again, pertaining to your work, making decisions. Definitely in a position in which you make decisions. Taking risks for profits. Huh.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Taking a risk for profit.
Maybe in the past, if not currently, and it may not,
Well, I guess, finance is something to me. When I taking a risk for profit, I don't just you can't just look at that finance standpoint. But I guess just taking a chance on doing something, and to, for example, you may not say you have enough people to do the work, but you feel like if you take the risk to do the project, then at the end you're going to make a profit off of it. And when I'm just saying profit is you may gain people, you may take, I would say financial risk too. You may take a risk. I can see that. You can say that in different ways.
Okay, so you feel that in some way, shape, or form, taking risk for profits could apply to you.
Yeah.
Or maybe apply to your career history.
Right.
Or work history. Okay. Okay, so we have social. A person who likes to engage with people, so being social serve, be a service to other, enterprise and taking risks, persuading and leading people that you feel applies to you to some degree. If you like, we can click convention, see what that tells us. People with conventional interests like work that follows set procedures and routines. They prefer working with information and paying attention to details rather than working with ideas.
Mm-hmm. I do like procedure, and I do like having a structure.
Okay.
Yeah, and I definitely like working with procedure because I feel like without a procedure, you got chaos.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So organization, structure, procedure is very important to you.
Very important to me.
And then is it just now, or has it always been with respect to your life or work in particular?
I would say for the, I guess now since I have experience working in chaos, then I see the need to have structure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to have some type of order.
Well, what does chaos look like to you?
To me, chaos is, well, I'll say like in a church setting, chaos is when everybody's doing their own thing. You don't have no goal. You don't have nothing when you're trying to reach towards.
Okay.
These people doing what they want to do. You don't have no vision.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in the church.